And what do we do when we're feeling sad? Add to cart. Wait, what?
Well, hello.
Hello!
If you're anything like me, you live in a perpetual state of fantasy and delusion. But you know what? I'm glad to be here, and I hope you are too. So last week, we talked about how to source Ren Faire garb online on the cheap. I walked you guys through some websites and places where they sell both contemporary fashion and other things that can be kind of finagled and styled to be Ren Faire fantasy adjacent, as well as some places that do sell Ren Faire garb that have a variety of different price points. If you missed that video, make sure to check that out. But this week, we're still going to be talking about how to source Ren Faire garb online, but we're going to be focusing on how to do so secondhand. Now, a lot of times when we shop secondhand, it is because we're on a limited budget, which is definitely my case, and it's definitely why I prefer to thrift most of the clothes that I style for Ren Faire, including the outfit that I'm currently wearing, not including the fact that I'm wearing leggings and tennis shoes, don't tell. It's a Ren Faire on the top and gym on the bottom. I'm trying to be comfy. Another reason why we might source things secondhand is because it is better for Mother Earth. The fashion industry does contribute a lot to pollution and all that stuff. And you know, we're trying to be good little humans on this big ball of rock that's spinning around in the universe. No one knows where we're going. The other benefit to shopping online secondhand, or just shopping secondhand in general, is that you might come across some really unique pieces, like vintage pieces. You won't be wearing the same exact thing as other people when you go to Ren Faire. A lot of people who are newer to Ren Faire get their stuff from like Amazon, for instance, and the most popular places that come up on Google when you search Ren Faire outfits. So you are more likely to have a unique look. So those are all the benefits. And of course, the benefit of shopping online as opposed to going to the thrift store is you up your odds of being able to find something because you widen your net of possibilities, because you're able to shop from across the country or across the world. Now, with that being said, I do want to give you guys a bit of a disclaimer to have realistic expectations, because just because you are casting a wider net does not mean that every single time you log on to the internet that you're gonna find a bunch of magical, amazing pieces that are in your size. Just like with normal thrifting, shopping online on secondhand sites takes persistence, it takes patience, it also takes a level of skill and luck. So it's not a one and done situation. You're gonna have to keep monitoring the sites and keep looking. It's part of my routine, both for just looking for stuff that I can style in my everyday outfits, because you know, I dress like this too every day. I am a bit of a weirdo, but chances are if you're watching this, you might also be too. Welcome, subscribe. But I also tend to keep my eyes open for pieces that I can style in fantasy outfits, since I not only go to Ren Fairs, but I also make fantasy adjacent content. So I know the places, I know the ways, and I'm going to share those with you today. And I'm not just gonna be like, here are all the tips. I'm actually going to take you live and do some shopping with you. Whether or not I actually make any purchases, that remains to be seen. Also, I haven't been paid yet, so it's not like I'm rolling in dough. So it's probably gonna be for funsies. Window shopping. The first thing that we're gonna start out with is the first app that I already had open on my phone, and that is Facebook. Now, when it comes to Facebook, there's two different places that you can look. First of all, I recommend going to the Facebook groups section and search Renaissance Fair. Now, different groups are gonna pop up. Usually you're gonna see groups that will have listings for upcoming events, which is actually really handy. And if you're interested in Renaissance fairs, I recommend joining those anyway. But another thing that you might find are Renaissance Fair buy-sell trade groups, where people will list things that they're currently selling or trading, because there's a lot of popular vendors that go to the different fairs, and people will be seeking out specific pieces, or they'll try to thin out their current collection of pieces. There is quite a supportive community online where you can go to look for pieces, but also to get advice on where to find pieces as well, besides just watching your girl on YouTube. You guys can ask the professionals and not just the delusional people who think that they know what they're talking about. There's that avenue, and then there's also support groups that help with crafting projects and sewing projects that have to do with Ren Fairs. And then the second place that you can shop is of course Facebook Marketplace. And on Facebook Marketplace, you can either toggle to shop based on shipping and local pickups, so both shipping or local, shipping only or local pickup only. So choose the one that is most convenient for you. I like to choose shipping just because I don't like to leave my house and go to strangers' houses. What I'm looking at right now is Renaissance corset, that's one of the things that I search. You're not going to get a lot of things that come up, unfortunately. That's why you have to search multiple places, and you're going to have to switch up your search terms. So you might search Renaissance costume, Renaissance outfit, Renaissance costumes for women. When you type these in, it will give you suggested search terms. You can also search medieval armor, medieval costume, things of that sort. Like right now, I am looking at this chest plate, this women's chest plate, and it's $70, which is not a bad price. Now, that's the other thing you have to temper your expectations for, is if people are selling good quality stuff, don't expect it to be cheap. It's gonna be cheaper than what you would have bought it brand new, but it's not gonna be like dirt cheap. But the cool thing about this is you can send offers to people. So if it's not quite what you want to pay, you can send an offer. And that's both for, I think you can do that for local and for shipping. See, here is a medieval women's green and black velvet Renaissance dress. Now, the thing to note is this one is a Halloween costume. That's something that you're going to see a lot, especially on Facebook Marketplace or even Mercari, is if you search medieval costume, Renaissance fair costume, you're going to be served a lot of like Halloween costumes that are a little bit cheapy or a little bit cheesy looking, just to forewarn you. And those will be the cheaper options. So if you want to wear that, you can. But if you do actually come across actual Renaissance fair garb, it will be a little bit pricier. So here are some things that come up when I search Renaissance costume and I have it toggled to shipping. So as you can see, there's this dress right here, which I'm not sure if this is handmade or not. And then yeah, there's some Halloween costumes in here for sure. Another thing you can do is search by brand as well. So Holy Clothing is one brand that's really popular on social media. So you might be able to find that secondhand. See, let's try Renaissance corset. Okay, so there's this one. I really like this one. This one's really cool. This is a size small. 75 bucks, that's not too bad. This looks like a real corset anyway. That might have been from a Renaissance fair. So I'm gonna save this one. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. I don't really have a budget for it. Another thing is Mercari. So here I'm searching Holy Clothing again. Ooh, this is a cool one. Save that. And then we're gonna search Renaissance corset again. This one's really cool. I don't know about this color, but it is my size, I think. Hold on, what size is it? I'll just like it. So that's one thing about Mercari, is that if you heart stuff, they might end up sending you an offer, like a lower offer. So keep that in mind. The other place that you can search is eBay. So this one is really cool. This is a vintage Meadows corset. So that's another thing. Sometimes you'll find true vintage Renaissance fair pieces on eBay or Mercari or Facebook Marketplace. So yeah, you're not gonna get a super cheap price for things, but you might find things that are very unique that other people aren't wearing. So I really like this piece. It's definitely out of my price range, but oh, it's so cool. I keep looking at it. 215 bucks though. Oh, and it has sleeves, it's so cool. That's a no, governor. And then let's see, sometimes you can find stuff from the 1960s or 1970s that's like a prairie dress, like gunny sacks adjacent style dress that is slightly emulating an old-timey Renaissance fair style, like this vintage handmade Renaissance festival medieval princess dress, gown, corset, well, that is a mouthful, but this super cute powder blue bell sleeve little number. I do think this is pretty small because the underbust is 27, yeah, 27 and a half. That's the underbust. Ooh, this one's cool. Okay, so this is the damsel in this dress vixen corset, gold with lavender floral pattern, size 26. Again, that's referring to the waist size. It's too small. Well, actually, okay, with corsets, you do want to go 1 or 2 inches below your natural waist. So theoretically, it could fit. So here is a steel-boned Renaissance corset, $95. Again, you're not gonna get dirt cheap, but these are unique pieces that are pretty darn cool. Ooh, this one is a Renaissance medieval court gown queen. These names, $350 though. Oh, Keep in mind though, I've seen pieces like this one at Colorado Ren Faire for like 1,000 buckaroonies. So it's all about perspective. Okay, this one's cute. Vintage, handmade, floral, brocade, corset dress, Marie Antoinette. They're just getting their keywords in there, man. The keyword salad. So I was searching Renaissance corset, but now I'm gonna search Renaissance dress to see what it gives us. Those other dresses I found, by the way, just by looking at the you might also like section when you're looking at an item. That's another thing I suggest. If you see an item you like, scroll down. Let's see what else they suggest in the Yale algorithm. Okay, this piece is pretty cool. She's 155 bucks though, and $25 shipping. Like I said, this is not cheap for everybody. You are gonna see some drop ship stuff on eBay. I would just be a little cautious about that. Okay, I just found an authentic gold chemise undergarment for medieval gowns, wore under royal dresses. This is really cool. A bit out of my price range as well, but she's cool and I like it. This is an extra large and should only be dry cleaned. Keep that in mind, my friends. That's enough of eBay. I haven't found anything that's really jumping out at me that I can afford. I think thus far, the thing that's really tempted me the most is that white and gold corset on Facebook Marketplace. That looked like something that I would authentically use in one of my outfits, and it looked pretty versatile as well. That's one thing that I look for when I'm looking for pieces, whether it's online or in person, is I look for something that's versatile that I'm gonna be able to style in multiple pieces. Not to knock the like gowns and the finished outfits that you'll see. Those are great, but I like rewearability. Oh my God, this dress. Okay, well, let's just gawk at this dress. It's $600. But it's pretty. It's a very Arwen. Like if Arwen was goth. Why does this have to be so damn expensive? I get it, guys. I get it. When people say they can't afford to go to Ren Fairs, that's why I made last week's video. And that's why I go to the thrift store. I talked about ThredUp before in my videos about thrifting online. And I'm sure I also mentioned it in my other thrifting for Ren Faire videos online-ish video that I made like a year or two ago. But I'm gonna talk about it again because they have made some changes to the way that their app works. So it's a little bit easier to navigate. Previously, how I found things was I just went through the filters of the different categories. So like for blouses, I looked for sweetheart neckline, square neckline. I would go through accents and do ruched or lace up and things of that sort. But they have, I don't know if it's for everybody. It still says beta, but I didn't have it before. But basically you can now search by vibe. Before you had to either search by the brand or whatever was specifically already in their description. But I think that they integrated some like AI detection abilities in their search engines. You can now search by vibe. So let's search by cottagecore, because cottagecore is the base of a lot of Ren Faire outfits. Now, as we can see, it is not perfect. It's giving us a lot of weird, not weird, but just not quite cottagecore. This is really interesting. This is very hobbity. This little overall situation, that's pretty hobbity. That could be a good Ren Faire piece if you want to go as a hobbit. The rest of this stuff, I'm not so sure, but it's fine because we have other tricks up our sleeve. Ooh, I like this ombre dress. I could make this work. It's in someone's cart though. Okay, so let's go back to the top. Other search terms I've tried. I've also tried Renaissance Fair, but that didn't really give me the best. It gave me a lot of shoes. And then there's this lace-up blouse here. It's like a velvet. Yeah, it gave me a lot of shoes, which admittedly it did give me some kind of Ren Faire looking shoes, but some kind of not. Probably wouldn't wear these. Ooh, this belt is cool. That's very Ren Faire. That's very piratey. I'm gonna heart that. Save that for later. Let's see, let's search Hobbit and see what comes up. Okay, so it's giving us more shoes. It's giving us bags, which, you know, not necessarily a bad thing. More belts. Not really what I would consider Hobbit. I mean, it's giving us some neutral colors. Nothing really Ren Faire. Let's search Fairycore. And it's giving us very Disney fairy. Okay, these tops, that can definitely be used. That's pretty fantasy. This one is cute and definitely could be used for fantasy. I would say this is better for a photo shoot. Look at the fabric details. Fabric details not available, but I'd guarantee that's probably polyester. And we all know polyester and heat don't mix. Okay, let's search corset. Okay, so it's giving us a lot of tank tops. There's some slightly corsety things looking in here. Not too close, but oh, actually this is kind of a hobbity looking vest. Let's see, what's in my saves? I might have found some cool stuff. Oh yeah, when I was saving stuff, there's this hobbity vest. I was saving a lot of leggings because I'm trying to find fantasy looking workout gear. Okay, yeah, I remember. So what I searched for these green pieces is I searched Elvish, and mostly everything that it gave me was green, but it was like boho green, so I could kind of see how it came to that conclusion. Here, let's search bell sleeve romantic and see what comes up. Okay. Hello. This dress is cute, not necessarily Ren Faire. God, now I'm just shopping for myself. I could make it Ren Faire though. I could do it. Oh, I like this top. This is in someone's carpet. I'm going to stalk you until you're available. Wouldn't that be funny if someone who had that piece in their cart was watching this video and they're like, I remember that? Okay, so let's also search poet blouse. Okay, these are somewhat relevant. These would be really cute under corsets. So we've got some basic looking blouses that could be used. And that's another thing. Yeah, the stuff is not as cheap as regular thrift stores, but ThredUp has sales all the freaking time. You can finesse the system, use those coupon codes, earn those points, stack stuff. I get stuff for dirt cheap. Okay, milkmaid blouse. Yeah, this is cute. This stuff works. So I think ThredUp is better for the basics, honestly. If you can get it for a good price, ThredUp is good for the basics, but when it comes to the statement pieces, that's where I would go to Mercari, eBay, Depop, Poshmark. We still have those places to go, so let's go to Depop. For Depop, it's definitely a place where you want to search vibe over anything. So you also might find people selling things for way more than they are worth. So definitely be very picky about everything. You can search vibe or you can search brand as well. Okay, so searching Renaissance Fair. We have some Amazon stuff. Obviously an AliExpress. This is definitely AliExpress. This is dropship item. That's really cheap. Don't buy that. Sorry to whoever listed that. These are Amazon ears. These are literally like $1 if you get them in bulk. When I was like having them as add-ons on my Whatnot show, I think I had them for like just $1 or $2. Don't spend more than $5 on them. Ooh, here is a Huckleberry clothing item. This is super cute. This is from a small business and it was previously sold for $179, I guess. This is new without tags. That's really cute. I'm gonna heart that. Oh, there's also one in the brown. So on last week's video, I had someone asking me about shoes, what to do about shoes. That's one place that I would suggest buying secondhand. I know not everyone likes to buy shoes secondhand, but when it comes to Ren Fairs, I always suggest that you wear real leather because it is more comfortable, it's more durable, and you'll get a lot more wears out of it. And real leather is really expensive, so buying secondhand is probably the best value because it's gonna last so long. You're gonna get more wear out of it than you would faux leather, so getting it secondhand isn't as big of an issue. So I get a lot of my boots secondhand. Now the boots that I wear all the time to Ren Faire, they're not really medieval looking, they're just comfy, are my Doc Marten Leonas. Those are my ride or dies, but other than that, I recently bought some Vince Camuto boots from ThredUp, and I'd previously gotten some naturalizers from Mercari, but I was bamboozled and they were not in great condition. And I got to send them back because it was not worth $20. Now, speaking of boots, let's actually look that up really quick. I like to wear either knee-high boots or ankle boots. I don't typically wear sandals. A lot of Renaissance fairs are hilly and dusty, so it's best to keep your toesies covered. And I don't know about you guys, but I've also gotten my feet sunburned before because I didn't realize you have to put sunscreen on your feet if they're exposed. So I prefer to wear boots. The only downside to searching leather, so let's say leather knee-high boots, it's not gonna actually filter out the faux leather because leather is in the name of faux leather. So a lot of times you're gonna get faux leather. You definitely want to be reading the descriptions of things. Now on some sites you can actually filter through the actual material, like on Mercari, I believe you can. So I'm gonna do lace up because I like lace up style, which I am still on the hunt for a lace-up style. So if I can find one, oh my God, 840, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to price shame. If I react that way, and that's your listing, I am so sorry. I'm just shocked. It must be really good boots. So Depop honestly is not my favorite place to look for shoes. I would say it's Mercari, but They kind of scarred me this last time, but I'm still gonna look. Lace up boots. Okay, so on Mercari, so category, women's shoes, boots, size, I'm going to do 7.5 and 7. This is what happens when I'm recording a long time. I get cut off and I have no idea at what point I stopped recording, but right now we are shopping for boots. I'm shopping for knee-high lace-up brown flat boots on Mercari. And I was just going through my search criteria. So we've got boots, we've got size 7.5, 7 and 8, color brown. Usually you can search by material, but that disappeared, just freaking disappeared. And this would be the style that I like, but I can obviously tell just from looking at it that this is faux leather. It does not look like good quality. So we're gonna skip that one. Now this one's probably real leather because it's expensive. Sorry about that. $96, but that's like the perfect knee-high lace-up boot. 7, leather, low heel. Are you new with tags? Brand new in box. Yes, I'm gonna save it, even though I'm never gonna buy it. My dream brand is, what is it? Vintage Foundry. Their stuff is the GOAT, and I want a pair. So that's all for the boots. I'm not gonna keep looking. Now, obviously I didn't do Poshmark. Should I do Poshmark? Yeah, are y'all wanting to stick around for more video? Oh, right off the bat, I was served this little suggestion. That is hella cute. That is a sleigh. Wait, why is it in 2 different colors? What the hell? Oh, she has the tan one. She just did it for the model photos. Well, that's disappointing, but at least I know of this brand. Now I want to search this brand. That is a gorgeous skirt. I love the green because, you know, I like my forest fairy stuff. Now I want to find that skirt. I'm not screen recording right now, so you can't see me feverishly scrolling through trying to find that skirt. I like that brand. It's a nice brand. This one's $69. Nice. Medium. Oh, I love that. Would I spend $69? I think I would spend. If you really like something, spend the money. But what money do I have? God, that is cute. Okay, so we're saving that and we're gonna keep looking to see if we can find it for a better price. Because I like that. I really, really like that. So I'm actually gonna see if I can search that and then search green. See, I see what that girl did. She used the photos of the other listing to show it on the mannequin, but she has the other color. So I clicked on hers first because that's the one I saw, but it's the other one, right? Hopefully the other one's not bamboozling me. I like this a lot. When I find something that I like and I want to see if I can find a better price, I go to all of the different places first. So I'm gonna search this brand on ThredUp first. Nope. Let's check Mercari. Not seeing it. God, is this brand just expensive? Is that what it is? Okay, not seeing it on Mercari. Let's try Depop. I know there's Vinted. I still haven't downloaded Vinted, guys. You guys keep suggesting it and I just keep forgetting. I have so many places that I search. Not seeing it on Depop. Let's check eBay. Not seeing it on eBay either. It's very Free People. And then this one's similar. This one's pretty cute, 13 bucks. But I don't know. Honestly, I like that other one. So cute. I like the multi-layeredness of it. It kind of reminds me of those skirts with like the different strips of fabric, the fairy skirts. That's why I really like it. All right, bully me in the comments to buy it and I give into peer pressure pretty easily, so. All right, well, that about wraps it up, guys. I'm not gonna do any more shopping today because this video is probably pretty long. I don't know until I go to edit it. But that's basically the process. Basically curate your favorite search terms, your favorite ways to search, and I did share as much as I could with you guys. And then when you do find an item that you like and it's a specific brand, I do recommend cross-searching through your different places that you like to search through and just make sure that you're getting the best price. If not, if the platform has a send offer button, you can also send an offer. Keep an eye out for unique pieces, vintage pieces. Make sure to read the descriptions of the postings, see if they have the sizes, and even if they have the size, check to see if they have the measurements. If not, if you're able to message the seller, don't be shy and do that if you're able to. I know in some places you can't, but when it comes to buying online, you just have to use your good your brain. You got to use your noggin. You have to use good judgment. Make sure you ask questions if you can. research, all of that good stuff so that you will end up getting the best items that you can. And honestly though, sometimes you get flops, sometimes you get duds. It happens. It happens to me all the time, but for the most part, I have created my system and my ways of searching and researching to where I have reduced the amount of times that I've made purchases that I regret. And most of the time it's on the seller, not on me, because they left things out. But if you're careful, you can find some legitimately good pieces. It's not something that you're gonna master overnight. It's not something that you're just gonna find right away. I mean, you might if you're lucky, but for the most part, even thrifting online takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of persistence, and it takes curating your favorite ways and evolving them as you go, because things change, websites change their tools and their search functions. So you just gotta evolve with the times and keep looking. Now, obviously there's many other ways to do this besides the ones that I've shared. So if you have a favorite way to shop online secondhand, let me know, because I know there's a lot of other ways. Like you can shop on Instagram. There's some sellers that sell directly on Instagram. I know there's Vinted. I still haven't tried it. I'm sorry, guys. There's also Whatnot. You can actually go to curated shows, which I used to do. I actually have done Ren Faire focused shows and fantasy shows. So all of those things. And if this is the sort of thing that you like, if you like thrifting, if you like Ren Fairs, if you like nerdy things, if you're a crafty person, if you're neurodivergent, I definitely recommend sticking around if this is the first time or the second time that you're watching and you haven't yet subscribed. Also follow me on all my other social medias if you have them, because I like to share the process as I go shopping. I frequently update my stories. I post shorter form content whenever it's relevant. Like I just posted a Ren Faire little short thrift haul over on TikTok because I found a real corset and a real Ren Faire garb top at the Goodwill just on a random little trip. Anyways, guys, I have to get going because I have to go make dinner for my family. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys being here, and also I'm so glad that you guys are having fun and discovering your people and your tribe and you're enjoying Ren Fairs. So I haven't quite decided what next week is going to be. It might just be a chatty update because I do have some updates for you guys. So I'll let you guys know in the community tab and on my other social medias what I'm doing. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.